Hi, I'm Lesley Logan, and we are talking about the short box series on the ladder barrel today. I love the short box series here on the ladder barrel because no matter if you're learning it, you already know it and you're trying to challenge yourself, or you have a reason to just want a little more support, I think this is the best way to really teach yourself what the short box series gems are that the short box on the reformer doesn't often give us because it's a flat box. So, going to be honest, sometimes I come here all of the time for short box, and then I challenge myself and do it on an actual short box that's flat to see what I've learned. But with this ladder barrel, you're able to really feel your whole back do the articulation that you don't get on a flat box, right? So you'll see you can articulate all the way along this barrel, including your upper back, which for a lot of us is very tight, whereas on a flat box, you can't, and you don't often realize that you're just skipping the thoracic spine, right? So we're gonna do the whole short box series because you can. You can put your feet anywhere on these rungs, although this one is really good. And ideally, you don't flex your feet back. So my ladder barrel is designed like an older one. So flexing my feet back here is not possible, right? It's a little harder for me to reach. So I'm more on my arches where I can push down. Okay, so what you'll do is for the round back, you'll go down, the round and the tree, you'll go down below the apex. That means your lower back is going to get onto the barrel a little bit easier. So you just wrap your arms around your waist, stand in your feet so you can get your seat on. If this doesn't work, put a magic circle around your legs and push out to get this to turn on. And then you're just going to round back. And I'm standing in my legs so I can go all the way back. You might not. And I just skipped my entire upper back before I got to my neck. So that's something that I get to focus on while doing the short box on the ladder barrel. So you get to round back, really try to articulate through your spine, go back as far as you can, still reach into your feet, and then pull everything in, stand in your legs, make sure the seat stays on so you don't use your hip flexors and come up in one chunk. So you do 3 to 5 of the round back, right? And something to really evaluate is how is it going to feel? Because in a moment we'll get to tree. Then you sit on the top of the apex, you grab your bar, you lift your arms up, and then you do your flat back. And here it's a little scarier to go back and forth, right? Because you don't have anything to hold on your feet, but that's why you learn to reach through your legs and you stand on them. Reach, 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 and then come back up. And then we do 1 to 3 side to sides up here. And what you can really feel on the ladder barrel that you don't feel when you're on the short box is that you'll feel, oh, when I go to the left, my right hip always comes up. But when I go to the right, I don't have that same problem. Okay, then twist and reach and lift. So it's the same twist and reach as your short box. But because you have your feet on the foot bar, you'll probably feel something that you're not feeling when you have your feet under the strap. Like for me, my left leg tends to stop reaching when I go to the right. And so you get to focus on how both feet can reach evenly into the foot bar. And of course, you can go around the world and back again, right? So it might be a place that feels safer to learn it, even though it's higher up. You have something to, again, reach your feet into and get a little bit more feedback. Then for tree, what I like to do is come back down again to get that support. Bring the leg in, sit up really tall. You still want to do the straighten and bending so you can stretch your hamstring and your back. Walk up your foot and then pull your head to your knee and then rock back. This is a little scary for some people, again, because you're not hooking your foot, you're reaching into it. And so you want to go steady and slow, and then just notice if your tree feels a little different than it did when you did the round back. And then pull your head to your knee. And you can go back 1 3, maybe 5 times. I try to just do 3 and articulate through. You can put your hands on the floor. You can do the cartwheel off, which I'll show in another video. But you want to just find that reach through both legs and the articulation through your entire spine where you're not taking your head back first. And then you would, of course, do your other side. So something to think about when you're doing this whole series is what feedback do you get on this that you're not getting when you do your short box on the reformer, right? How can you then maybe even go back to the reformer and repeat this same series on the short box, trying to gather the same feelings you got here, trying to articulate through the spine and using the ladder barrel as feedback. Maybe you come up on one side more than another, easier to feel when the barrel and your spine can really marry each other a little bit more. And then all the way up. Woo. So I have to say, one of my favorite exercises series is just to do it here. I just really love it. Again, if you're scared to go back like I did without your feet hooked, I totally get it. You can hook them. I obviously don't want you to fall on your head. But what you will end up doing is hanging off the top of your leg a little bit more. So it's just something to consider. Maybe you do that when you're back there, and then when you go to come up, you start to like really push in, because remember, when you are on the reformer and your feet are in that strap, they're actually not hanging off of their toes. They're reaching through the heel and it's pulling back on the top of the foot. So it does change the energy, whereas here you would be pulling back with your toes, right? So it's just something to consider as you try to practice your Pilates so that you can take this information with you around the studio. I'm Lesley Logan. Thank you so much for watching. For more videos from me, please make sure you subscribe below. And we have free tutorials, hundreds of them over. And then we actually have weekly mat and weekly reformer classes that you can take wherever you are, whenever is good for you, that are only 30 minutes, which is really awesome. So I hope you get to check those out and see how things like the ladder barrel really enhance your mat and reformer practice. Thank you so much.